Well, at the end of the war, I served in the Navy for a couple of years, conscription, and then I tried to work in scientific publishing, which was extremely boring, in science books. And then I tried to join radio, because I'd never seen television. And I didn't get that job either. And then the people in the BBC said, why don't you try, we've got this new thing, just starting it, called television, would you like to try? And I said, well, why not? I was hopeless at school until I suddenly found that you could use what I had learnt in the landscape of Leicestershire in terms of fossils and birds and one thing and another, and you could use that as an academic subject.
And how did you get to being in front of the camera and him with the gorillas and all that?
Well, because something went wrong, you know, and the person I was supposed to be doing it with, because they were live programs, he was ill, I was the only person there. I cooked up an idea with a friend of mine who was curator of reptiles in the London Zoo, that we could go with them to see how these animals were caught in the wild. And we would film them being caught. And then for the close-ups and so on, we would get these live studio sequences. And that was the origin of Zoo Quest.
So you then started climbing the hierarchy at the BBC. You were was it controller of BBC Two? I get lost in those higher rankings, but you were very, very high up, weren't you?
People obviously know David very well from his role in front of the camera. I think they probably don't realise he introduced colour television to the BBC, famously on Pot Black.
What was fun was finding out about these things, and it became fun to tell other people about it.
And then you decided what, you didn't want to do that and go back to programme making?
Yes, I did it for 8 years, which is quite a long time to do an administrative job, and I got more fun out there than up here.
Do you ever regret that you could be now, you know, the Director General, the chairman?
You must be mad. Can't help jumping. That was a trapdoor spider.
David's got this boyish enthusiasm, and he's as keen and enthusiastic about what he's doing now as he was 50, 60 years ago when he started.
Kids understand the natural world and are fascinated by it. So the question is, how did you lose it? How did anyone lose the interest in nature? Yeah. And certainly I never lost it.
Yeah.
Suddenly, out onto the track, about 70 or 80 men suddenly jumped out of hiding and ran down towards us, brandishing spears and waving knives. I walked towards this screaming horde of men, and I stuck out my hand, and I heard myself say, "Good afternoon." I'm in Iceland, and I'm on the island of South Georgia, 200 miles south of Java in the Indian Ocean.
One of the things that makes David's contribution so unique is his voice. It's this beautiful, calm voice that has become